Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Holika Veil Like Lipstick collection from the Pearly Flash collection. I said collection twice, but you know what I mean. I picked these up along with the rest of the Pearly Flash collection because I was really interested in the texture of these ones. They're supposed to be like a soft but buildable balm, which is really like up my alley as someone who has drier, more wrinkly lips. Usually a balm like lipstick works really well for me. Plus I really liked the packaging. It's white with gold accents and like clear plastic bits, so I was really into that too. So for these ones, the product description says, a sheer lipstick with a buildable pigment which creates a shiny looking matte lip makeup with see-through effect. Its veil matte texture glides on smoothly on the lips. It fits on the lips well with like veil which lasts for a long time. Formulated with silk amino acids, pearl powder for nourishing, moisturizing effects. It really trips me out when there's like a word missing out of a sentence. Like, it fits on the lips well like a veil which lasts for a long time. Like, I could skim read that quick, but when there's a word missing, it just kind of, yeah, not so great. That's why my product description reading is so jolty, I guess, like bitsy sounding, and I sound like I make mistakes a lot. It's not because I'm got bad like reading comprehension, it's just because the sentences are sometimes missing those small like connecting words, and they just don't translate in my head that well. So the packaging of this product is really beautiful. I love the white and gold. I haven't seen I'm guessing I probably have got a lot of gold things in my collection, but recently there's been a lot of rose gold going around, so it's nice to have a yellow gold. Especially with the white, I think that it makes like a really nice, like classic, classy look. The lipsticks are shaped just like regular lipstick bullets, but instead of having a pointed tip at the top because they are a balm, they are a softer, rounder shape. There are 5 colours in the collection and it kind of runs heavy to the reds. There are like 3 different red colours, but I do really like some of the colours out of the range. Shade number 1 is a warm toned red, so it's got a little bit of orange tones in it. Because it is a sheer balm-like consistency, I do have to put a few layers of it on to build this opacity. I'm sure you could use it a little bit more sheerly if you wanted to, but I like how this looks. So the colour itself almost looks like it's like a bricky kind of red when it's laid up like this. I like the colour, but it's not my favourite out of the collection. Definitely a good one if you like the browner reds though. So this is shade number 1. Number 2 is more like a tangerine orange. I quite like this colour. I do kind of prefer it more as a sheer application than what I have on at the moment, but it actually looks more like corally orange on my lips rather than the tangerine colour that it kind of looks in the tube. It definitely does look a lot more red here than it does on the lips. But this is really pretty. It's still, I would still consider it an orange. Yeah, I guess like a tangerine to like a coral, because it's not, tangerine would be like white and orangey orange. It's definitely not bricky brown. There's no like brown tones to it, but it's definitely not fully orange or fully pink, but it's still really pretty. So this is one that I get a bit more use out of. This is number 2. Number 3 is probably my favorite out of the bunch, which is a really light nude kind of orange. I know, my favorite, the nude orange. This has definitely got the My Lips But Better kind of look, but in sort of like an orangey, peachy way. I really like how it looks, and it doesn't really accentuate any of the dry skin or flakes. However, if you do have very dry skin, it's not going to cover up, it's not going to cover it all up. It just doesn't accentuate the dry skin, which I definitely like because colours that are this light are prone to accentuating the dry patches. So this one gets a huge thumbs up for me. I love it. So this one is number 3. Number 4 is the pink of the collection, which is like a rosy nude. I also like this one a lot. It does remind me a lot of the other colours that I do have in my collection, which is why it is not my favourite, because it's not necessarily something that is new or something that's missing in the collection. However, it is a beautiful everyday pink for me, and I do enjoy wearing this one a lot as well. This one and number 3 are the favourites, but 3 still trumps it out. If you're looking for something that is a really nice nude pink though, this is beautiful. So this one is number 4. The last shade is number 5, which is a berry red. This is a really pretty colour, but it is not my favourite. I think I tend to prefer my reds to be either like very pigmented and bright or bold, or like a really like sheer wash of like red tint. I don't particularly love the ones that are in the middle, which this one is. So this is what I would say is just a sheer red. Like, it's still covered, like it is covering my own lip colour. It's not tinting it or anything, like it is an actual lipstick. but it's that interesting kind of red where it's not like super bright and intense. So if you're looking for something that's in the red family that isn't bright and intense and bold, this is a really nice shade. However, it's not one that is particularly my cup of tea. Why are words so hard for me today? So this is number 5. So overall, I am a huge fan of these so far. I have 2 shades in particular that I love, of course, like you would have just heard, which is number 4, which is, actually they have names. Number 4 is called Pearly, not spelt right, but that's okay. And number 3 is called Lofty Nude. The names aren't written in English on the packaging anywhere, and I don't look at the product description and stuff until I actually film them, so I just kind of call them by the numbers normally. But they do have actual names if you want them. I particularly adore those 2 colours because they are just like the colours that I would wear on a day-to-day basis. If I wasn't wearing the particular lipstick that I'm wearing at the moment, I'd probably be wearing the Peonies number 4 because I just really like pinks and they go with the majority of things that I wear, and today we have purple eyeshadow, so that probably would have gone really nicely with the look today too. I am trying to figure out of the lipsticks that I have in my collection which ones I'm going to keep. So this one is one of the ones that is potentially not going to be kept and things like that. So there are a lot of things that I like about these. The first thing is that I love the packaging. It's really practical and pretty, which are like the top 2 things for me. It will stack and store nicely. It's a regular sized lipstick, so it's going to fit into like lipstick holders, which again is important for me when I have a lot of products. But the packaging is still functional, like it's still, you know, easy to apply. It's not in a weird shape. Like as cute as the heart-shaped lipsticks are, they are not practical to apply to your lips. I also love the colour range. I really like the number 3 and number 4 in particular. There are some of the reds that I do like, but I feel like there are the reds are quite similar, I think. Number 2 is kind of like, it's not really red, it is kind of like a coralish kind of color, but then there's like your cool toned red and your warm toned red as well. So I don't know what other color I would have put in apart from a cool toned and warm toned red, but yeah, they're quite similar. I don't feel like I need to keep all of the colors, but definitely going to keep number 3 and 4. I'm just trying to decide on the others which ones I do want to definitely keep. In terms of application, I find them really easy to apply. You can use a really sheer layer if you're wanting a lighter color, or you can build them up and the color will deepen, which is really nice. I have not used them for gradients because I feel like they do not have the longevity to be a really good gradient. I have used, tell like a small light, I have used the lighter pink number 4 along with one of the darker reds number 1 or number 5 for like a mini mixed gradient, and it worked, but it wasn't amazing, so it was kind of like something I wasn't going to repeat again. Like it worked, but they just kind of like blended together eventually and you couldn't really tell that it was a gradient anymore, and they didn't last that long. The other thing is the longevity. They do not last that long. They are a balm like lipstick, so think about your regular lip balm and how long that lasts you, and then just imagine that this is a little bit less moisturizing because again it is a lipstick, a lip balm mixed with a lipstick, and it's not going to last quite as long. So I did find that I did need to reapply these after eating or drinking pretty much anything because they did wear off in the center quite a lot, and then maybe, I don't know, I'd say that I at least eat or drink something every 2 hours, so I don't think I've like gone long enough between like eating or drinking to judge, but I don't think that they are terrible in terms of longevity. You just have to think about them as a balm or like a tinted lipstick rather than a full-on lipstick. It is not going to stay on your lips all day long. However, because it is a balm-like consistency, it works so nicely on dry and flaky and wrinkly lips. It will still show flakes. It's not going to camouflage them and make them disappear. So if you have actual flakes on your lips, your best bet is to exfoliate some of the more obvious ones off, of course, because no lipstick or lip balm or anything like that is going to get rid of your flakes, but they do not accentuate them. So they do not turn something that is what we might see as a negative aspect of ourselves and amplify that. It doesn't make it worse than it already is. It just doesn't make it better. Like, it's not a balm. How many times have I said the word balm? And I know my pronunciation is going to get people because there is an L in balm, but for some reason I do not pronounce the L. I don't think that most New Zealanders would say the L in balm. We just say balm, which is like 2 A's in the middle. Yeah. So all in all, I absolutely love them. I'm definitely keeping number 3 and number 4 because those are my 2 favorite colors. I love the way that they look on my lips. They make them look so pretty, which is a hard feat because my lips are not my best feature. They're just wrinkly and dry. All the time. So for something to make them look good, it's definitely one that I do like. It's also one that I recommend for people who are looking for a light day-to-day lipstick that doesn't look too full on. Something for people who have the drier and the flakier lips and want to make them look a little bit more moisturized, less obvious that they're sort of like flaky or under-maintained in a way people most likely think. Some people like me just have dry lips, okay guys, like there isn't anything I can do about it. But I can find products that flatter them, so this is definitely one of them. So thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I will see you in the next one.